The South Shore's Morning News rolls on. Great to have you here. I'm Rob Hakala with the morning team. It's our South Shore Chamber of Commerce segment. We do it every week at this time. Tim Cahill joins us in studio. Tim, as you know, is the president and CEO of the South Shore Chamber of Commerce, southshorechamber.org. Tim, good morning.
Good morning. We are looking forward to summer finally, huh?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yep. Somebody turned the sun back on after once Memorial Day weekend was over.
Yeah, we're going to have summer during the week and, winter in the weekends or a heavy spring or whatever. So I don't know.
I do have to say the lawn screen, though, looks good.
Yes,
good.
Exactly. Well, it's nice to be back. Get back to work. It's really fun, So we got a great guest today, David Tonaszuck from Oak and Shield Wealth Management in Hingham, right? David joins the chamber, and we're excited to have him here.
David, good morning.
Oh, hey, Rob. Thanks for having me.
Hey, great to have you in studio here. David, it's Tonaszuck, right?
Yes.
Right. David Tonaszuck of Oak and Shield Wealth Management. Okay, yeah, we're going to talk about that, the name, Oak and Shield. I said, oh, wait a minute, I've heard Oak and Shield before. Right? Tell me what that means.
So, Rob, oak, depicts a symbol of strength, and shield is for defense. So we like to approach all our cases with the ability to be strong and have defense when we need it.
I think that's very important when it comes to our money.
Yes, you said it better than I could, Rob.
We want somebody out there looking out for us, because someone's always trying to take some of it.
Yes.
David. All right, so let's talk about as people get ready to retire. Although some may saying, I know, for example, my own mom, she's still working because she keeps putting it off. She keeps saying, a few more years. But as she gets ready to retire, how do you think about, what the right time is, to know when you're ready, when you can retire, and how to get ready for it?
So, Rob, it's interesting. You don't really think about these things until they hit you, right?
Yeah.
So when I started hitting the retirement age, I started coming about questions that I thought I needed to answer, and I didn't really understand. And a lot of it had to do with Social Security and Medicare and topics that people don't really think about until they retire. And so what I decided to do is I would, understand these questions and then and help people understand these questions in order so they can be successful in their retirement journey. Mm-hmm. Retirement's very much a enjoyable, fun time, and it shouldn't be stressful to think about. It should be something that we all expect to have just a wonderful part of our lives, just a summary of our lives. And with that, there's a lot of questions with Social Security. When should you retire? There's a lot of misconceptions out there.
Okay.
And, there's certain ages that you can retire at, and there's criteria that the government decides. It's called full retirement age. And for a lot of us folks that are born over 1960, our full retirement age is 67. And that's when you get your most benefits for Social Security. And a lot of folks would think that, they might want to retire before age 67, but that would indicate that the benefits would be a little bit less. So in order to maximize the benefits, the ideal spot is the age of 67. They call it the full retirement age. But then if you extend it to 70, it's even higher benefits. Social Security is really a great benefit that we have, and it's one of the core pieces to our baseline for expenses. So we really need to understand what makes sense in order to retire.
Now, have you seen, definitely, I think it would make sense. People are retiring later, generally?
Yes.
Okay. So you are seeing that too. What is the what is the average age now for most people that are retiring in the U.S.?
Well, the age that they set for the ideal for benefits is 67.
67.
I believe folks are retiring, around, before that. I don't know what the average age is, Rob, but the ability to claim your benefits also matters. So you can stop working and not claim benefits until you're 70 and still get the max benefit, but then you would have to supplement that income some other way.
Yeah, and those are the kind of things you got to look at, and they can work with someone like you to kind of plan that out.
Yes, yeah. There's so many different ways you can approach it. you think about when you think about your daily expenses, you need to understand where you're going to get a lot of that income from. And Social Security is going to be a big piece of that. However, it may have to be supplemented with other pensions, potential income withdrawals from either IRAs or brokerage accounts. There's various scenarios that folks need to understand in order to proceed.
Yeah, it's a lot of different questions, and it can be confusing, I know, for a lot of people.
Yes, very, 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 very confusing. That's why you need a good wealth advisor.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the main thing, everybody's always concerned about, am I going to have enough to live, right? Because, everything's going up. Will I have enough income to stay where I am? Can I stay where I am? Can I support myself? Also about health as well, right?
Yeah, so Rob, good points. Really a concrete wealth management plan is really what it is. It's a plan. And so you base it on, the customer's goals, and then we design a plan around that. And the better the plan, the more successful you're going to be in the retirement strategy. And with that helps you model, how long your funds will last. And a lot of times it's better than most people would think. But in the cases that where you have to come up with a different approach, there's products available that you can go out and you need to supplement the income through your IRAs or whatnot, your other vehicles. But
now, when you talked about different myths and things, like when we were talking about Roth IRA conversion, what are some of the things that someone should know, or that you can help us when it comes to describing that? Yeah,
Roth IRA conversion, that was something that folks hear about, but I'm not sure they fully understand what that means. And what a Roth IRA conversion does is it's the ability to take some of your pre-tax IRA money and move it into a taxed Roth IRA conversion. Okay. And so what we do now in a typical IRA is that we put money in, it's pre-tax, but when we pull it out, we get taxed on it.
Yeah.
A Roth IRA conversion, you take the money and it's taxed, you pay the taxes, but then it grows tax-free. So there's different advantages. Now, the thing that's tough out there is folks make broad-based assumptions on the benefits of a Roth IRA conversion, but it's really case by case. There's a lot of different scenarios where it makes sense and a lot of different scenarios where it doesn't make sense. So it's always good to model that as part of the plan.
All right. Well, as you talked about, Tim, that's why you need somebody who knows the ins and outs of this.
Because the
so
government's changing those rules every year. I mean, it's
does
hard
seem
to keep
like that. Yeah, I was going to say.
And Social Security is mind-boggling. Complex. I mean, it shouldn't be, and it really isn't. The formula is there, but making sure you do everything, the right time, and fill out the paperwork correctly. Figure out what makes sense in terms of if you have property and you have a house, do you want to sell it? Do you want to stay in it? What makes sense is tax implications for that. I think it's the taxes that just make us our heads explode.
Some people retire and disappear from here as well.
Yes. Whether you want to move to tax, New Hampshire or Florida.
You do see that. There's a lot of
unfortunately, we see more of it as
I know we don't want people going away.
No, that's the biggest challenge we have in this state is there's more people leaving than coming.
Yeah.
It's all part of the plan. So if it makes more sense that you have to relocate and potentially, build up your income, then that is part of something that has to be modeled.
All right. Yeah. David Tonaszuck with us today of Oak and Shield Wealth Management. How do they find out more about you, David, and what you do?
And we can go to the website, oakandshieldwealthmanagement.com.
Oakandshieldwealthmanagement.com.
I'm holding a Social Security educational seminar at the Duxbury Free Library on June 23rd and June 25th. So folks, if they want to sign up, they can go through the website.
And you can share that with us, and we'll put it on ours as well and post it.
I love that. Yeah, we'll share it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
David, thank you so much for the information today. It's so important. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
David Tonaszuck with us today, Tonaszuck, and he's of Oak and Shield Wealth Management, part of the South Shore Chamber of Commerce segment with Tim Cahill, southshorechamber.org. Thank you, Tim, and thank you, David.
Thank you very much, Rob. It's good talking to you. We'll see you next week.
See you next week, Rob. Bye-bye.